If you're doing most of the talking during your coaching calls, you're probably hurting your clients more than you're helping them. And that's where this 70-30 rule comes into play. And just to give you guys an idea, if you use this, trust me when I tell you, this will absolutely change your business. It'll change your customers' lives. And ultimately, it's going to change your bank account in a massive way. They're going to get you more referrals. Your clients are going to make more money, which means they're going to pay you more money. And the 70-30 rule is really simple to understand, but it's very hard for a lot of people to implement, because if you're good at what you do, you want to tell people. The problem is you don't solve problems by telling people stuff. You solve problems, most of it is from listening to people. So the 70-30 rule is very simple. 70% of the time, your coaching clients should be listening to you, or you should be listening to your coaching client, and 30% of the time, they should listen to you. 70% them talking, 30% you talking. By the way, for those of you guys that have a coaching business already, I would highly recommend take notes on this video. This might change your life forever in a massive way. And for those of you that are just getting started, do not ever forget this. I'm telling you, this will wreck your business. It will screw up your clients' lives. And ultimately, you just won't make that much money. So let's just be honest, right? Like, you don't do this for free. You do it to get paid. You want to get paid to change people's lives, right? So the first thing you got to understand about this rule is the reason why they should be talking 70% of the time is because they need to get stuff out. Have you guys ever seen like a clogged pipe, like the videos on Instagram, the pipe's clogged and somebody sticks a little thing in there and all of a sudden it just comes bursting out? Well, the problem is so many people are so distracted, their mind's in 1,000 places, they typically don't say what's actually wrong the first time you ask. They're not going to just spit it out. Most people are too confused in their own minds to know. So what you need to do is you need to be in a situation where you give them the floor and they feel like you're listening. People don't really talk and they don't tell the truth when they don't feel like they're being listened to. And there's a big difference between being heard so that you can respond and listening to understand. And so you have to understand that a big part of listening well is asking smart questions. If you bring a coaching client on, you might want to ask a question. Hey, can you just tell me a little bit about what's going on so I can figure out what we need to like really hyper focus on and what the low-hanging fruit is for us to kind of start attacking? But just, tell me what's the situation right now. Give me like the 5-minute rundown real quick. And then as a coach, you have to discipline yourself to shut up. If you have to mute yourself, mute yourself. Do not interrupt. This is the biggest problem people make both in coaching and in sales is they're so excited to share stuff, they don't ever shut up long enough to know what the right thing is to actually share to make the sale or to fix the person's problem and make them more successful in their life. So ask at the beginning of your coaching calls, most of your questions should be really open-ended questions. Tell me a little bit about what's going on so I can figure out where we should attack first. Shut up. Got it. Well, how did you guys get into that situation? What led up to all of this? Got it. Like, you need to keep open-ended questions. With ChatGPT, this is really easy. You don't even have to come up with them on your own. Just say, hey, ChatGPT, I teach people how to get over drug addiction. What are some great open-ended questions I can ask them to help them work through their problems? Hey, ChatGPT, I work with businesses to help them make more money with their marketing. What are some good open-ended questions I can ask? Don't be helpless. Don't be the kind of person, oh, I don't know what questions to ask. Just ask ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you use, okay? And for those of you, by the way, really quick side note before we get to point number 2, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Do me a favor, do yourself a favor, by the way, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell thing so you get notified when I put new videos out. Look, I'm telling you guys, I've been in this space for 10 years. I will guarantee you most of what I'm going to post here on my YouTube and what I've already posted will help you more for free than a lot of the courses and stuff that you've bought out there in the marketplace. I've worked with some of the best people in the world. So make sure you subscribe, hit the little notification thing if you like getting notified when new videos come out. Now, point number 2, and this is super important as well, is you need to be comfortable with, number 1, listening well, but also with asking why more. A lot of times when I'm on a call with somebody, if I'm trying to really understand what's going on, I will ask why 3 or 4 times in a row. So I might say to somebody, hey, you know, what's going on with your guys' sales process? Why do you think you're not closing as much? And they might tell me, they may say, well, you know, we just have all these new salespeople. They don't really know what to do. And I say, well, why do you think they don't know what to do? Like, what do you think it is that they're actually struggling with? Well, you know, they're just not really closing. Like they're nice and they talk to people, but they're not really closing. I say, well, what is it like? Why do you think they're not closing? Like, are they too nice, or is it that they don't know what to say, or are they not asking? Like, what do you think it is? So I might ask why a lot. Why multiple times is the easiest way to actually get to the truth. Now, if you guys noticed, I didn't just say why, like an annoying person. What I did was I asked why about the specific thing because I'm trying to get to the real truth. Most people are not going to tell you the truth the first time you ask, not because they want to lie, but because people are so screwed up in their head, they're so all over the place, they're so distracted that they don't actually know what the truth is. They have no idea. And part of being a coach is you have to help people out of the holes they've dug themselves into. They have to feel like, okay, this guy is asking like he's really prying me. I'll give you guys a great example of this. A mentor of mine recently said, Jeremy, you're getting too big, man. You're getting fat, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to go to the gym. And I was like, I am. He's like, well, then what are you doing? Like, come on, man. Like, I know what you looked like before. What's going on? I said, well, I've been bulking. He's like, come on, dude. Is that really the truth? Now, notice he didn't even say why. What's going on? What do you, come on, man. Is that really what did you been doing? You been drinking beer? That looks like beer, man. I was like, no, man. Like I've been eating clean 5 days a week, but the 6th and 7th day, I've just been lazy. Like I've been kind of taking advantage of the fact that I'm trying to build as much muscle as possible. He's like, Jeremy, you don't have to do that stuff. You don't have to be fat to build muscle, dude. Like you can scale up your muscle without scaling up your fat. And he's like, I don't ever want to see you like this again. Now notice, great mentor, right? Because he's like, I believe in you. You have to believe in you more than I do. You have to work harder than I think you can work. Like I want you to win, and I'm willing to say stuff that makes you uncomfortable. So as a coach, you have to be willing to ask questions and dig deep, even when you're uncomfortable and when it makes the other person uncomfortable. And some people might even get mad. They might get mad, but this framework of asking why more often is the only way you're gonna be able to really know the damn truth. A lot of times when I'm talking to somebody about their sales team and I'm asking this why stuff, they're like, well, I don't know. I'm like, well, how many calls do you listen to from your sales team? Oh, I don't. Well, come on, dude, it's your business. Are you in charge or your sales team in charge? Who's the boss here? What are you doing? I don't listen to my sales. Are you kidding me? You're just going to turn over the keys to your whole future to these guys, these ding-dongs? I mean, come on. You guys know salespeople are kind of ding-dongs, right? Come on. So the second point is super important. A lot of coaches get this wrong. They kind of ask why, the person answers, and they start diagnosing the symptom instead of diagnosing the sickness. And, you know, really quick, I just want to stop before I finish out this video for you guys. I've got one more thing I'm going to go over with you. But for those of you that are really serious, I mean like actually serious about scaling the sales for your coaching business, there's a link below. Click that link. I have a course I put together, a training that I literally took my 15 years of sales experience, my $25 million plus in one-to-one sales, in this space, I put that together for you guys. So click that link, go check that out. Like, trust me when I tell you guys, if it's not worth at least 100 times that, I'll give you guys your money back. I don't even care. It doesn't bother me at all. I literally put everything I know into that because I had to learn the hard way for a long time, because most sales training just teaches you guys, oh, when they say this, you say this. That's not how it works if you want to do high ticket sales for your coaching business. So click the link in the description. And this third point, I just want to leave you guys with this, because I think this is one of the easiest ways for people to really screw up when it comes to coaching their clients and really like getting the most out of this 70-30 rule. On the 30%, when you're talking, you need to be very precise. Now, let's use me as an example. Literally less than a minute ago, what did I say? Over 15 years experience. I've done over $25 million in one-to-one sales in the coaching space. I've done this. I learned this the hard way. It's very specific. If you're not specific, what happens is you might say all the right things and your client hears it different. You guys know that game telephone? You tell something to somebody, they tell it to somebody, they tell it to somebody. By the time it comes back around, it's like a totally different thing. It's not even what it really is. It's like morphed into this like disgusting chimera of lies, basically. So you have to be specific when you're speaking to your people. If I was telling you guys as coaches, here's a better way to coach your people, I wouldn't say, well, you just kind of have to be better, like talking to them, like you got to tell them some things. You're going to walk away from this video and be like, dude, I didn't learn anything. Like, tell them some things, like tell them how to build rocket ships, like tell them how to jump up and down real fast. Like, what am I saying? So like for you guys, I try to focus when I'm coaching people on sales. I try to focus on like, what are the 1 or 2 things that I can say on this specific call that are going to most dramatically increase the conversions for this company. And because I spent so much time listening before I take my 30%, I already know where the low-hanging fruit is in that coaching business. So it's very easy for me to specifically say, okay, John, here's the thing. Number 1, you need to listen to your salespeople every day. At least 1 or 2 calls. At least 1 or 2. And then number 2, John, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take these 5 different ways of asking for the sale, and I need you to print it out and put it on every single salesperson's desk. That way, when they're on the phone, they actually ask for the sale, because I already know 70% of sales conversations end with the salesperson not even asking for the sale. How are you guys going to make any money? You don't ask for the money. It's insane. It's just insanity. Number 3, John, and this is also super important. What I want you to do is start having a daily meeting with your team. Hold them accountable. Make them compete. Push them to be better. You guys are in the coaching space. If you guys aren't in coaching and you guys aren't developing, how are you going to be an example for your customers? So you got to hold your team accountable. You should have a meeting every day. It doesn't have to be long. 15 to 20 minutes is fine. Make your team show up ready to talk about the deals they're working on. They should be able to list 2 people off the top of their head on the call and tell you exactly where they're at in the sales process. So notice it's very clear. So with your own coaching clients, you have to make sure you know, number 1, what's happening in their lives, what are they actually doing, what's going wrong, and why is it going wrong? And then number 2, you have to clearly tell them what their next steps are. Make it so easy to understand that you could tell your kids. Like, you might have a 10-year-old. If you told your 10-year-old kid, hey, I need you to do these 2 things, they should understand it. If a 10-year-old can understand it, it's simple and clear enough that your coaching clients will be able to understand it And for those of you that have stuck with me to the end, I appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Make sure to click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get the notifications, and I will see you guys on the next video.